Okay, we are live. It is recording time, but first I just need to adjust a few things and I need to grab my water. Because if I don't drink right before, my throat will start getting really scratchy and really hurt really quickly. So, gotta hydrate. All right, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Morgan Stradling and today I am really excited to talk about my process on how I film my YouTube videos. So filming YouTube videos seems simple enough, right? You sit in front of a camera, you start talking and off you go. But it's actually a little bit more work than that, especially if you want your videos to be very high quality, you want to keep the attention of your audience and your viewers, and you want people to actually subscribe and keep coming back and watching your videos. So I thought today would be a perfect day to go behind the scenes of me shooting one of my YouTube videos so that way you can know exactly my process, what I do. So if you're interested in going behind the scenes as I film today's YouTube video, then keep on watching. So when it comes to filming my YouTube videos, every step along the way really revolves around one thing: efficiency. I am trying to be as efficient as possible when I'm setting up, when I'm recording, when I'm editing, all of that, because my filming time is very, very limited. I work from home and I have two little kids who are under 3 years old. And so when I actually have time to sit and record a YouTube video, it's because they're with their grandparents or they have a sitter. And so I have to make sure that as soon as they're out the door, I'm ready to go, because I really don't have that much time to re-record a YouTube video or to just hang out and I'll get to it later. So that's definitely to set the stage about why efficiency is so important. And really, you don't have to be a stay-at-home mom to want to be efficient. I think all of us really want to streamline everything that we're doing in our businesses, on our channels. So that way we can get more content out there, we can serve more clients, we can make more money. So with that, let's get started. So one of the most important things that I do when I'm recording a YouTube video is that I know ahead of time what I'm going to do. And usually this is the day before. I don't walk in and think,
what am I going to record today?
Because that is such a waste of time. Let me just say that. If you don't have a plan before you come into recording, it's such a waste of time. So I will make sure that the day before or a few days before, I know exactly what I'm going to be filming on my filming days. I actually just did a video all about my process and what I do to come up with YouTube video ideas. So that way I never run out of ideas and I always have so many that I can choose from when it comes time for planning what my next YouTube video is going to be. So if you are always struggling with what your next video should be, definitely check that video out. So I already have a massive list of content ideas. So usually the day before a filming day, I will go through that list and I will pick out the ones that I want to record that day. So then I have to take those ideas and I have to flesh them out a little bit. So one thing that I think is really important for YouTube channels is that you don't have a script. You don't have a teleprompter. I mean, I know that does work for some channels, but for me and my content, it just doesn't come off very naturally if I'm reading a script and just trying to get the words exactly right. So I never do a script. Plus, that's not really my style. And being a mom of toddlers, I don't have the time to write out a script or even to memorize a script. So that is a no-go. So what I do the day before is I'll take that video idea and then I will just do the main bullet points. So for example, one of my upcoming videos that I'm gonna be doing is I'm talking about my YouTube gear. So that is actually a very simple example because I'm just going to be talking about my gear. So I'm just going to bullet point my camera, my lights, my microphone, and any other gear that I find helpful to making YouTube videos. Now, other than that, that is really the extent of my script. There may be times where I'll write another sub-bullet underneath something really important that I don't want to forget, but for the most part, I just keep it simple. So that way, when I get in front of the camera, I know generally where I'm going, but I don't feel that I'm constrained with a script, but it allows me to go off script and to veer where I think the video needs to go when I'm recording. So the next thing that I do to film my YouTube videos actually still happens the day before. We're not even on recording day yet. We are still in the preparation phase. But now that everything is outlined, I am going to then do SEO research and get everything ready for when I'm uploading my videos. So with the SEO research, mostly this is all around what are the best keywords keywords to target because I want a video that is actually going to rank in search. So even before I record, I do tons of SEO research, and it can still be on a general topic, but the keywords that I use in my description, in my title, in my tags are gonna have to be less competitive, more long tail, so that way this video will stand a chance for showing up in the search results. And I'll be honest, doing all the SEO and the keyword research does take so much time because I'm doing tons of YouTube searches on various keywords. I'm looking at other videos that are ranking for those keywords and kind of getting inspiration from them. Then I will settle on what my final set of keywords are, and then I will use those keywords when I am creating my title, my description, and my tag. And then I will go and I will write my entire final title. It's done. It's done even before the video is filmed. Then I will write my entire description. And then I will do my tags. I get all of this done, out of the way, ready to go, even before I record. So that way, when eventually my video is edited and it's ready to upload, I can just send this little video on its way. Because I'm pretty sick of this video at this point. So I'm like, just go into the wild. Be free. And I actually have a video all about this process where I talk about how I do my keyword research, how I write my titles, how I do my description, my tags. So definitely check that video because it is very helpful, especially if you are new to YouTube or your YouTube videos just aren't getting a lot of traction. I really feel by doing this step the right way, it'll help your videos get more views. And I know what you're thinking, you're like,
oh my gosh, this is so much work. This is so boring. I just want to record.
And I get it, guys. Recording is the fun part. But this is the boring part. And so you don't want to have to record your video, spend a ton of time editing it, have it be finalized, uploaded, and ready to go, and then, realize that you have to write your title, you have to write your description, you have to do your tags. That's the boring part, okay? When you're just so excited to be like,
my video is so close to being there, but this stuff is in the way.
So I get it done ahead of time so that way when I upload, I am literally just copying and pasting each of the pieces that I've already done. Title, check. Description, check. Tags, check. Okay, so the big day is finally here. We are ready to record now. It is filming day. Now, one thing that I do is I have a set filming day. This really helps me stay consistent, and I actually also have a set upload day. I release my videos every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So by having a set recording day, typically that is on Mondays, and it just helps me know, okay, Monday I'm going to be recording, Tuesday I'm going to be editing, Wednesday it's basically scheduled and ready to go. Now that's the next thing that I do is when I am recording, since my time is so limited, I batch videos. It doesn't make sense for me to have my kids be away and to get ready because let's be real, the only times that I ever get ready are for filming days, church, and date night. So I really like to record at least 2 videos. That is the minimum. And 3, maybe 4 would be an amazing day for me. I like to batch within batching where I will batch my filming locations. So that way I'm not constantly having to set up and take down, set up and take down. So if I'm doing 3 videos where I need an intro, an outro, and maybe some other information, I will record all 3 of those back to back to back right now. And then once I'm done with all of that, and I need to actually film the demos, then I move all of my equipment, get it all set up, and I will record the 2 or 3 demos that I need to do after that. I will typically do my B-roll after I have done all of the main sit-down videos. So definitely if you can film all of your videos in one place without having to move your equipment a million times, that's going to save you so much time. So in the morning, as part of my morning routine, I will get ready, I'll do my makeup, I'll do my hair, and then as soon as my kids are out of the house, I come in to the office and I start getting ready to film. I don't clean up the kids' toys or I don't go and answer emails because my #1 priority on filming day is to film. So emails are not a priority, so I'm not going to get sucked into an email black hole. I come in and then I start setting up my lights. I pretty much film in the same exact place. I sit in front of my computer, so I will be listening to a podcast or an audiobook as I'm shuffling things around. I'm usually cleaning up my desk because typically it's not as spotless as this. There's M&Ms or papers or whatever, okay? don't judge. And so I'm cleaning that off. I'm making it look like I have my act all together. I'm putting my lights together. I'm setting everything up, getting the cords, getting everything plugged in. And my mic is right here. And it really doesn't take that long because, like I said, I'm always recording in the same spot. So I know exactly where each piece of equipment goes. Now, if I wanted to really make it streamlined, I could put a little X on the floor. So that way I wouldn't even have to think about where things are going. Camera goes here. Light 1, light 2, beauty light, microphone, done. And I turn on my lights, I double check that everything is working correctly. Then once all my gear is in place and ready to go, I will turn my camera on. I'll just make sure that the lighting levels look good. And I actually underexpose my videos. I would rather have my videos be underexposed and a little dark versus overexposed, but it is so much harder to fix an overexposed video. And I will show you an example here where I did my best and it's just not good. So I always make sure that it looks darker on the camera, and I'm okay with that because I can bump up the exposure later. And then another thing that I do, if you are filming your videos in front of a computer or a monitor, you need to make sure that your lights are not reflecting in the monitor. So what I actually do is I tilt my monitor up really high. And it looks crazy. If you were here in person, you'd be like, why is her monitor basically pointing to the sky? Because that's what it looks like. But the reason that I do that is so that these lights aren't reflecting because they're basically directly in front of it. And so you can totally see that. If I go down like this, you can see all of my lights. And that's not a good look. And I had someone comment one time on one of my very early videos being like,
you can see your lights in your background.
I'm like, So anything you can do to minimize background distractions, maybe you have something plugged in and there's a flashing light or something like this where you can very easily see your lights in your monitors, you want to get that out of the picture. So that is why we are tilting to the sky. Okay, so this is all of the prep work. We are getting ready to record. We're almost there. But we need to do a test shot. I always do a test shot just to make sure that the camera's working correctly, that I'm just kind of getting all the kinks out of my system. And before I even do that, I do a teeth check. Because if you're a girl and you wear lipstick or lip gloss, lipstick on the teeth is not an attractive look. And I have definitely recorded 2 YouTube videos. I was batching them. I went back to back where I had lipstick on my teeth.
Hey, hey, hey!
Not quite as bad as broccoli in the teeth, Yzma style, but pretty darn close. And it was so distracting that I had to scrap those videos and re-record. And I was pretty bummed. I will kind of rinse my mouth out with taking a quick drink of water. Plus, you're gonna be doing a lot of talking, so you should probably have a water cup next to you because even already in this video, I can tell that my throat is starting to hurt, which is not great because this is like video 1 of 4 that I'm planning on doing today. So then I will go and I will do a quick 30-second test. It's just me saying, hey, testing, testing, or I'll just do a fake little intro like, hey guys, it's me, Morgan, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter what you say on it. The thing is, you just need to hit record, talk, hit stop, and then go check to make sure the footage is good because there have been other times where my head was cut off. I thought everything was great, but the top of my head, and you know what? It's fine. I released the video anyway, but just test ahead of time, okay? So as part of my test shot, one thing that I will do is I will get my thumbnail photos. So I make sure to get these at the beginning because a lot of times as soon as you're done filming, you're really tired and exhausted. And so if I wait to the end, I usually forget. And then I don't have a good shot to use for my thumbnail for my video. So what I'll do is I will just do this as I'm testing the footage because I need test footage anyways. So of course I'll do a little bit of footage of me talking to get a sound check, but then I will just do some shots like this. Whatever. I do about 30 seconds of me holding different poses. I always know that my text is going to be on the left side of my frame, so I'm always facing that way. I'm usually pointing at something. I'm having big expressions, but I just make sure that I get those shots out of the way. You can definitely get photos of this, but I just turn the record function on and just hold a pose. so that way I can get a still enough image for my thumbnail. It's so much better to have a crisp, clean photo that was actually meant to be a thumbnail versus,
oh crap, I don't have a thumbnail photo. I can't recreate it.
and so you're just scrolling through your entire video looking for something where maybe you were holding a pose or you had an expression that you can potentially use. And I've done it, you know, where it's a blurry hand as I'm pointing to something, but it's good enough. So that's one thing that I would rather do ahead of time, check, get it out of the way before I start recording my video. Okay, so then it's time to record. And this actually is the easiest part. I think you can psych yourself out ahead of time, like,
I don't have any content that's good enough. I don't know what I'm going to say.
and that totally happens to me too. Even if I have an outline already ready to go, I'm like, but it's not gonna be good enough. I'm telling you, just sitting in front of the camera, hitting record, and just starting to talk, it for me is the easiest part of the process. And yes, there's gonna be times where you mess up over and over and over again, and you keep flubbing a certain line, and then I will decide on what my final, but that's okay. Just get over it, because that's the beauty of editing, that you can snip, snip. So for me, filming a YouTube video will take anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes. It really depends on the content of the video. Some videos just have so many things that I want to say, and that's okay. I don't edit myself as I'm recording. I just say everything. And you know what? If it's a tangent and it doesn't really make sense in the final video, I can cut it later, versus getting all in my head being like,
Oh, I shouldn't say that. Like,
just say everything, because you would much rather have more footage than less footage. And one thing to note, my camera actually stops the recording at 25 minutes-ish. I had a Canon, which I used for my other channel, and it stopped you at 10 minutes. Ugh. That's just annoying. Let's just say that. Like, come on. I'm barely getting into my intro 10 minutes in and you're cutting me off. So I just have to set a little timer on my watch as soon as I hit record on my camera. And I usually do it for a minute less than the time. So I'll do a 22-minute timer on my watch. So that way I know to stop talking, hit the record button to stop the recording before it just stops on its own and doesn't have any light or indicator letting me know that it just decided to stop talking, which is super duper annoying. And then I'll hit record again, sit back in front, and keep going. So if your camera has any weird limitations like that, just be aware and set a little timer on your watch or your phone, and you should be good to go. In between filming YouTube videos, I will stand up, I will stretch, I will maybe walk around the house really quickly, go pee, because I drink so much water. I usually drink a gallon of water before noon, so I usually pee. And I always drink a little bit more water, because at this point my throat probably is hurting a little bit, so I need to lubricate it a little more. So hydrate up. So another thing, when I am batching content, before I do my next video, I will change my t-shirt. And even though no one really cares or notices what clothes you're wearing in video to video, I like to just mix it up and make it appear that these were recorded at different times, just to give some variety to my channel. I don't know. Or I could go the other way, where I just wear the same t-shirt, the same outfit every single video and not worry about it. But by the time I'm about 40 minutes into a video and these lights have been shining on me, I'm starting to get, you know, pit stains, which... Yeah, I live in Arizona. It's like 105 degrees right now. It's not 105 in my house, but it feels like it with these lights in front of my face, but it's not a good look. So I changed my t-shirt, for you mostly, and for me. No one likes a sweaty girl. And then I get into recording my next YouTube video. I don't really waste a lot of time in between, because at this point I am super warmed up. I am in the groove. I can't go and lay on the couch for a little bit and scroll Instagram, because I don't have time for that. So it's usually 5-ish minutes that I'm taking a break, but then I am right back in the saddle, ready to go. So as soon as I finish batching my videos for the day, I can finally sit back, relax, and turn off my lights right away, because those are heat boxes and I don't need that anymore. I usually turn on my fan, because now I am ready for some cooler air and some air circulation in here. And then I deconstruct. I put all of my equipment away. I do that right away. I don't leave it up. Some people, if you have an extra room where you could constantly leave it up, that would be ideal, but I don't have this. This functions as an office, not only for me, but for my husband. Sometimes my kids like to come and play in here. So having all of these cords and very expensive gear, or some of it's not that expensive, let's be real. I don't like having a lot of clutter, and so I will turn my lights off, I will put everything away, then I will take my SD card and I will upload the files immediately to my computer so that way things don't get lost, a video card doesn't walk away. I can make sure immediately the files are there for when I'm ready to edit. Okay guys, that is all I have for today. Wow, there is a lot that goes into filming a YouTube video, and I hope you enjoyed this video and you got to learn my behind the scenes process and hopefully can apply some things to your YouTube videos to make your YouTube videos better and to up-level your YouTube channel. Let me know what is your favorite tip down below and what you're gonna implement in your videos. Be sure to give this video a like, and of course, be sure to subscribe to join the tribe for more videos on how to become a YouTube rock star. I release my videos every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and I'm in the comments answering any questions you have for the first 30 minutes. So be sure to turn on that notification bell so you can be notified as soon as my new video drops. That's all I have for you guys today. I'll see you next time. Whew. That was a long one.